Hey man, what's the deal? It's your man's Vic the Visionary, aka Vic with a Vision. Y'all already know what it is when it come down to me. I came to kick a little game, talk to y'all about some real, nothing too crazy. It's a late night, so I'm like, man, why not jump online and, you know, drop a little game for y'all. So we're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything, so don't think I'm bouncing all around. We're gonna be talking about what we need to talk about, what's important. So with that being said, I do got some questions that was asked on different platforms if it come down to Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Facebook on my page, and I also got some on Instagram. I try to go live on TikTok, man, but it didn't really let me kick it like that. But it's all good though. I'm gonna end up posting everything regardless. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna show a little love to everybody that's gonna be peeping this podcast, and I hope y'all been having a good night because I definitely have, man. It's been a great night for me. I just got out of a smooth little situation with some friends, outside shaking hands, you know, meeting people, you know what I'm saying? Campaigning so people can know my name. That's the main thing about it. You got to get out there in this world, man, so people can know you. You got to shake a hand, give a smile, tip your hat, little things like that so people can know who you are. Now, one thing one of my mentors always taught me was he said, Vic, whenever you go out, you got to have at least 3 restaurants you go to. Not only that, you got to have at least 3 clubs or lounges or bars that you go to. And whenever you go to these places, you got to learn the waiters' names. You got to learn, the bartenders' names, the servers' names. And eventually that's going to escalate to the point where they know your name. And then once they know your name, you become a regular in there. That's gonna put on for you, man. You're gonna end up displaying a great deal of showsmanship whenever you come into these places, whenever you have friends, family, whoever with you. So I actually one upped my mentor. Well, I ain't gonna say one up because you can never one up your mentor. I sat at the feet of many men to learn this game that I know now, but I end up going well above and beyond the 3 limit. You know what I'm saying? 3 was a minimum that was given to me. So I was like, hey man, let me go ahead and do about 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere I go, people know who I am. And whenever I get into these spots, whenever they're packed, I skip the whole line. Whenever they're packed, I end up like I said, shaking hands with many of great people that I meet. So when you're outside, you end up meeting a lot of great people. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all be doing, but that's what I was taught. And God damn it, man, it paid off for me. It really paid off for me. I have a lot of great places, man. If you know where I'm at, you know where I'm at. I don't got to tell you where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? You see it on the hat. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I go out, I bring my friends to the places. I even introduce my homies to these servers, to these bouncers, to these owners, because that's just what a real man do. You don't gatekeep. You don't keep all your secrets to yourself. You definitely want your friends to be able to get in where they fit in, because it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. And we all know that saying. So with that being said, let me jump into some of these questions that I got. And again, man, you got to campaign so you can maintain. You know what I'm saying? You got to campaign so people can know your name. Because if you're just sitting in the house, you're not going to get much accomplished. If you're just sitting in the house, I mean, that's a couch. Sitting in the house, sitting on your couch, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that much, establishment when it come down to your social life. And you definitely want to have a decent social life. Again, man, that's showsmanship, man. Showsmanship is very, very important. So let me kick a little game to y'all. Drop a little gem. So imagine if you're out at a restaurant and the restaurant is booked and you got a little lady with you. I ain't saying you want to impress the lady. I mean, yeah, of course you do because I mean, we do a lot of this stuff for women. When it come down to looking fresh, looking clean, driving nice cars, all these different things, right? So you got a little lady, you don't really want to wait, and they're telling you, hey, man, it's a 30, 45 minute wait, maybe an hour wait. But the thing about it is, if you were to go to these places, excuse me, as a regular, they will know you by your first name. They'll know you by first name basis. And when I know you by first name basis, man, that right there, you skip a lot of hurdles that the normal person have to go through in the sense of waiting that 45 minutes to an hour for your table. But instead, you can skip the line and you can actually get directly inside. You can get seated immediately. They'll be attentive towards you. And another thing that you could do, man, like if you're just now starting to, get hip to going out to places and all that good stuff, right? If you're trying to establish um, um, a social life when it come down to a lot of these restaurants, these bars, these lounges, all these different things, you could call ahead of time, man. You could set a reservation. Ask the person their name. They're gonna be like, "Oh, my name is Jack." You be like, "Okay, all right, Jack. Well, my name is Vic." You know what I'm saying? Just using me as an example. All right, Jack. My name is Vic, man. I should be in there within the next 30 minutes to an hour. Especially if it's like your first time going to this place, or if this is your first date with this little lady. You introduce yourself to the person over the phone, but all right, man, I'll see you when I get there. And then once you walk into the place, man, you simply ask for that person you was talking to on the phone, female or man, female or male. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Jack or Jill. Nigga, I don't give a damn. But you could be like, hey, what's up, Jack? How you doing, man? As soon as you walk into the place, you be comfortable. You walk into that motherfucker like you own it. And you be like, oh, what's up, Jack? How you doing, man? Yeah, it's me, Vic. You walk in, shake his hand, treat him like he was your best friend, like you've been knowing him all your life. And then that's going to do nothing but make him feel comfortable or her feel comfortable to the place where they're going to reciprocate that same energy because customer service is what they're there for. And, when you walk in being a good client, being a good customer, that right there puts you at the forefront of their mind. Like, oh, just on the phone with this person. And then just don't go there once, man. I'm not going to say go there 2 times or 3 times, man, but go there as often as possible. Not in the sense of they're like, oh man, this is that guy again. But little do they know, man, what you're doing that, you're establishing a network. You're establishing a social life basis amongst this establishment, amongst this facility. So once you get to that establishment, once you get to that facility, you're not only going to meet Jack, you're going to eventually meet James. You're going to eventually meet the other server, Brad. You're going to eventually meet the other servers who work there as well, man. And then once you get there and start talking to people, believe me, man, people that work at these places, they talk about their normals. They talk about the regulars. They talk about all the different customers that they bump into, people that left a great impression. So with that being said, man, it's just like you working at your job, right? You work at a place and let's say you guys got a troublesome customer. You and all your coworkers talk about this troublesome customer like, oh, man, I hate when Mr. Jamerson call. Oh man, it's Mr. Jameson again. But they also got those customers that they talk to that they actually really enjoy. That they're telling their other coworkers that, man, if you actually meet, you know, Mr. Adams, Mr. Edward, man, he's a thrill to be around. He's a great guy to work with. That's somebody who you want. He's easy to get along with. He's someone that you could easily talk to. So you want to be in the same light as a good customer, man, a good client. You want to present yourself with excellent etiquette, great decorum, and you want to be able to display yourself as a stand up individual. So, like I said, man, go to just for starters, because I know a lot of people out there, they're not really social butterflies yet. Eventually, you will be there, but right now, you're probably not there yet. You're probably shy. You probably don't like getting out there. But one thing you have to do, you have to get out there. Because once you get out there, man, you start establishing who you are in the world. And it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. What you know is also good too, but it's also about who you know. You want to get out there, shake a hand, man. Like I said, man, when I get out there, I be campaigning so people can know my name, man. I be walking in establishments, even if it's my first time, like I'm the mayor, man. I'm shaking hands, giving smiles, kissing babies, man. like it's that easy, and you want to put yourself in that bright light. You don't want to shun yourself away in the corner. Like even when I go out to little parties and stuff or little get-togethers, and I bring some friends with me. I got some friends who are open. I got some friends who are closed. I got some friends whenever I introduce them to people that I know are like big wigs or people that I know that are popular, well known around the city. I got some friends that walk up and introduce themselves off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll introduce all of my people, of course, but if I see my people are shunning away, not trying to be in the conversation, I'm not going to introduce you because you're uncomfortable. So it's like if you want to play the background, I'm not going to roll out a red carpet because you gotta put in that labor for you to have that red carpet as well, just like I did. I had to establish who I was when it came down to these people. I didn't know all these people at one point in time, but the thing about it is I was open, I was coachable, and I was teachable. I was willing to learn. I was willing to put myself in a vulnerable position. And that's really the place where a lot of people come from when it come down to them being shy. They're not they're in a vulnerable position and they don't want to embarrass themselves. They don't want to come off seeming too friendly or too eager to meet people. But the thing about it is when it come down to this world, again, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And you should be eager. You should be trying to meet somebody. You know, you should be wanting to shake a hand, give a smile. I tell my bros all the time, man. I say, man, whenever you're out, you got to sharpen your social skills. Some of my people, they be looking at women, trying to get on the women. I'm like, hey, man, a lot of times when I go out, I don't even speak to women, bro. Like, I'll be out there talking to the fellas because let's be real. In a lot of these establishments, men are the ones spending money. Men are the ones getting the sections, getting the bottles, getting all this and this and that. But it takes money. It takes some sort of manifestation of energy, which that's what money is, because money manifests, you know, your will of what you want in this world. You can't get a car without money. You can't get a house without money. You can't get a bottle without money. You can't get a section without money. So money is the manifestation of what you wouldn't bring out into this world when it come down to manifestation. So you got to be able to be social with these people, man. I talked to many brothers. I met many great men, especially this past week. I met a lot of great dudes. I met dudes who do music. I met dudes who are security. I met police officers off duty who was just normal people like me and you. You know, I've been in a lot of great establishments. I met a lot of owners, CEOs. I've been in a lot of great places over this past week where these people were out trying to enjoy themselves and have fun, and they were open to meeting someone who was just as eager, just as willing to learn, just as willing to have fun. And if you're not one of those people that want to enjoy yourself, have fun, no one's going to want to be around you. So you cannot tuck tail, you cannot curl up in your shell like a turtle. You got to be out, man. You got to be courageous about your social life. You got to take this life serious because this game is real. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't sit there and try to play like as if, oh, well, if they really want to meet me, they'll meet me. Hey, man, sometimes you got to put yourself in a position where people will want to meet you. You gotta set yourself up, man. You know, especially if you're already out with somebody that's well established, well known, that got some pull, that knows some people. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is, women do like established men. Women do like men who know other men, who know people, who have a social life, because that right there displays charisma. That right there displays good character. Because who wants to be around someone who don't have any of those things? So when women see that, they actually enjoy that. They're like, man, They can actually look up to my man and be like, hey, look up to their man and be like, hey, my man got good social skills. My man could actually, do some things, pull some strings, elevate us to a different place because off of the amazing people he know. Obviously, there's something important about my man that makes, these other people gravitate towards him. You know what I'm saying? One of the things my mentors always say, man, is communication rules a nation. It definitely do. So you got to be able to communicate, get them social skills up right, man, and then you can move on to the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like you can easily talk to men. Men understand each other's plight. We understand what each other's going through. So you don't got to put yourself in a position where it's that tough for you. It's not hard, man, to talk to other people. And just to backdoor and piggyback off of networking and trying to get to know different people. One thing you want to do is surround yourself around people who are in a position that you want to be in and they once were in a position you were in because they can understand where you're coming from. They can understand your plight. They actually have a tender spot in their heart towards people like you. They actually want to help you elevate too because at one point in time when that was low, somebody helped them elevate. So you got to be able to, like I said, be open, be coachable, ready to learn something. You know, again, I sat at the feet of many men trying to learn what I know today. Trying to learn, well, not just trying to learn what I know today, but also establishing a close bond with these people because I learned so much. And without these men and these women that I learned so much from, I'll be nothing in the game. I'll be completely nothing. Man, I always give my flowers. I always pay homage, man. What one of the laws of the 48, what was it? One of the laws of 48 powers or whatever, the 48 powers of law is never put yourself above the master. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm always going to show homage to wherever I get my sayings from, where I get my mindset from, where I get a lot of the essence of me from because again without these people I'll be nothing and age isn't nothing, bro. It don't your teachers, the people that you learn from, they don't got to be someone that's extremely older than you. They don't, you know what I mean, like they could be someone younger than you. They could be your own peer. They could be anyone, man. They could be a man or a woman. If you one of them brothers that don't like learning from women, man, you can learn a lot of game from women. Women have a lot of game, especially when it come down to dealing with the opposite sex. So it's like they're born with innate game. Women know how men operate, how men be thinking. A lot of men, though, they don't know how a lot of women operate. They don't know how a lot of women be thinking. So you got to be willing and open to learn from anyone around. And then you also got to be able to differentiate who to learn from the opposite sex and who not to learn from the opposite sex. You got to learn with the information you take in who is outdated and who is not outdated because there's a lot of information out there, man, that's given to us, let's say men, by people who don't understand what we're going through. So some of us have mothers, right, who are great, great women, and they be trying to program you into being the man that they wanted your father to be or that they want you to be. But you kind of got to adapt to times because it's not the same as when they were kids, when they were younger. Man, I got a mother too, man. My mother, was so crazy, man. I'm gonna give it a little personal, man. I'm gonna get a little personal with this. But my mother, love her to death. She's amazing. One of my best friends. I could talk to her literally about anything. I could talk to her about women. I could talk to her about sex. I could talk to her about money, like anything. Me and my mother have nothing to hide, and we're very open with our talks. It's funny because my mom even wanted to be on my podcast. She's like, we should have a son and a mother podcast where we're really popping it and talking that real. And I 100% agree with her. I think we should because my mother is a great individual and my mother knows exactly what I'm going through because to keep it real, y'all talking about hot girls and this and that. Y'all got to, man, y'all don't know nothing about a hot girl, man. My mother was a part of the first generation before the first generation was thought of, man. Like my mother was such a player. Just like my father. My father was a player too. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna get too much into his business. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna get too much in her business. But I come from a background, a family of well educated, well suited, tunnel vision minded when it came down to establishing their goals like people. But my mother is amazing. My mother know how women are today, and my mother wouldn't want to put me in a position where I fall victim to what a lot of men fell victim to around her time. Like I said, she was out there. She knew exactly what's going on. Like my father was out there. He know exactly what's going on. My father would be like, man, don't be just tricking on these girls because you got a little bread on you. Man, don't be just giving these girls anything and everything because they're pretty. You know what I mean? So it's like I have family members who understand that and they never want to put me in a position unless if I know for certain this woman is the one for me. Yeah, they tell me about, the fairy tale ending. My father want me to find a good woman. My mother want me to find a good woman. They're like, yeah, they're out there, but they're hard to find. Nigga, it's a needle in a haystack. That's exactly what they tell me. They're like, nigga, don't be putting your heart into every single thing, and you'll find your woman when you find your woman. So man, I don't know, man. I was brought up a lot different than a lot of brothers are today. Because again, a lot of brothers, well, not again, but anyway, a lot of brothers don't have their fathers. A lot of brothers probably don't even have their mothers. They probably got raised by their grandparents. And me personally, I was blessed enough to be able to spend time with both my mother and my father where I could learn some game from both of them because they both was outside. They both was ripping and running, you know what I'm saying? They both was track stars. So, you know what I mean? But I want to get to some of these questions that I got, but I definitely want to touch on a lot of key points that, man, learning is essential. Learning is so pivotal, and it doesn't matter who you learn from. You cannot think that you cannot learn from nobody. It doesn't matter if you knew somebody since they were since y'all were kids, and you're like, "Hey, man, this is the same nigga I've been knowing forever." It's like, no, nigga, it's different whenever you're grown. Don't look at that nigga like as if you can't learn from him because you knew him when he was a lesser person when y'all were kids, y'all were younger, or even as young adults. Like I got some homies right now, man, that I be kicking game to, and these niggas think that they can't learn from me. I got a lot of close brothers that I be kicking game to, and it's like a fellowship. It's like a smooth little confederation whenever we get together because whenever we kicking it, you know what I mean, we talking and we're politicking. Not only that, but we're also popping it. You know what I mean? We're giving it the real. We're talking about how a lot of things are, the plights that we go through, the struggles that we go through, um, ways to overcome. So, what I mean, I got homies that are business owners themselves, but they don't think they're too good to not listen to me or learn from me. And just because I've been knowing some of them as kids, I don't think that I'm bigger than them where I can't learn from them or listen to them. Like there's a lot of things that we can learn from, man, when it come down to just the world in general. Again, man, you should never ever turn down information, especially when it's coming from a sincere place. But yeah, let me get to some of these questions I do have on these different platforms, man. Let me pull them up. So I do have ooh, yikes. Nigga. Um it's gonna be crazy. Anyway. But all right, so one of the questions that I did pull up right now was this is from one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? This is from my brother James Moore. Shout out to you, James, man, for sending me a question or two. You know, what I mean, this is very real, man. I appreciate you for even taking the time out to be like, "Hey, Vic, man, I like the game that you kicking, the gems that you're dropping, and I do have some questions myself because it takes a lot for somebody to actually come out and be vulnerable about some real shit that they got going on. But this one isn't too deep. My nigga started off very, very basic. He basically said, what do you do on your spare time to keep you focused? So I'm gonna be real, man. Man, I do a lot of reading. I work out. I work on my business ideals and ideas, of course. You know, as a warrior in life, you got to have a war map. That's very, very essential, man. If you don't have a war map when you're battling this life, I don't know what you're doing, and you should definitely get one. Like in my room right now, bro, I got a chalkboard. Well, I ain't say a chalkboard. It's a whiteboard. You know, I mean that's if you a '90s baby, you get it. But hey, no, I got a whiteboard, man. Right. So, and I write all my ambitions and things, and a whole bunch of different stuff on it. So I write down not only affirmations, because one thing you want to do is, man, you want to have words of affirmations that you give to yourself. I know one of the love languages people presume and really want sometimes is words of affirmations, words of assurance, but there's no greater love than loving yourself. So you got to give yourself words of affirmation as well. You know, two of the times where you want to give yourself words of affirmation is in the morning, and all whenever you first wake up, and then also at nighttime when you're about to go to sleep, because your brain waves are in an alpha state, and that's very very similar to whenever you're an adolescent, right? Like they say, you learn the most from the ages of 1 to 7, and your brain is in the alpha state at that time. So you soak up so much. We be seeing little kids, and then they just emulate and they copy every single thing that they see from their parents to their siblings to TV things around them. And it's because they're in the alpha state. That's whenever their brains is like in the most sensitive to absorb information. So the best times to give yourself words of affirmation is in the morning whenever you first wake up, and at nighttime when you're about to go to sleep. I have a lot of different words of affirmation I kick to myself. I think I told y'all like a couple of them before, like the most basic things like I am loved, I'm a conqueror, I'm a king. You know, I have a lot of different words of affirmation I kick to myself that actually helps me, you know, give myself those words of affirmation that empowers me. You know, I tell myself I am rich, physically, financially, mentally, spiritually. I do a lot of these things when I first wake up, and I chant these things, religiously to myself, just so I could program them in my mind, because whenever you do this, man, it alleviates a lot of self-doubt. It alleviates a lot of not just self-doubt, but it also puts you in a state of a champion. It helps you champion a lot of these concepts that you're speaking out loud. So it's like very, very pivotal that you give yourself words of affirmation, that you have them on that whiteboard, that you have them on that war map. And on that war map, you have more than just words of affirmation. You also have your ambitions. You have things that you want to start. You have places that you want to go. I want to go traveling to Italy. I want to go traveling to Japan. On that war map, you also have, I want to have a mansion. And then you get specifics with the mansion of the places where you want to go or where you want to live at. Now, of course, if you live in a small town like some of my viewers do, in like small towns, you want to build your ambition to the biggest monument possible within your mind, because what you frequency is what you frequently see, and that's a little quote I got from one of my mentors, man. Shout out to Game God Goldie. But you want to be able to think about what you want to go after, and you want to constantly have it in your mind, because if you think about it, man, if you see it, you can achieve it. So one of the things I like to do, I like to go driving downtown, right? I like to look at big beautiful sky rises, you know um you know look at all these beautiful townhomes, and I pass by them, and be like, man, I can see myself living there. I'm sure probably the owners and whoever lived there probably like, who the fuck is this car, driving around in this Benz, passing by every other week. I seen this car for the third time already. And it's like, no, it ain't nothing like that. It's simply a brother is just in visualizing, where I could be because I know I could be there. And there's nothing that you cannot achieve, man. Like any obstacle bends to the effort of extreme effort. Like it, like any obstacle, it bends, bro. Like it really, really do. Like you have to really have that ambition though. You got to really have that fire and that desire, that burning desire to actually achieve what you're going after, to the point where you're damn near insane. You're damn near sick. I don't know if any of y'all ever read some of these books around, man, like the Silver Method, what cybernetics, the studies of cybernetics. I got a couple books around here too. As a Man Thinketh, of course. Let me see what else I got over there. The Science of Success. I have a lot of different books, right? And it talks about what it takes to be successful. And if you ever like listen to any of these audio books, or if you actually get some of these books and read them, you will see that a lot of people said that these people who are successful, they'll say a couple of things about them, right? But some of the main things is they're selfish, they're very self-driven, and being selfish isn't bad, man, because you got to be able to take care of yourself before you could take care of others. Like that's number one. Because if you cannot take care of yourself, how you expect to take care of a family? How you expect to take care of your parents? Like that burning desire goes so far and it goes way beyond reach. Like people just don't get it. People just don't understand how strong of a I will not lose feeling you have to have for you to be able to catapult yourself into a you know, totally different echelon. You got to put yourself in a totally different realm than where everyone else is, because everyone is operating out of the realm of comfortability. You got to put yourself in the realm of I of something difficult, because nothing grows in comfort. Everything grows from obstacle. Everything grows from tribulation. They like they say in the Bible, man, they got trials and tribulations. Everything grows from some sort of discomfort. And when you're in comfort, you get lazy. You don't want to grow. You don't want to surpass where you are, because again, you're comfortable, you're content with your situation, with the position that you're in. And why would you want to go above that? You see, at one point in time, man, just getting personal again, man, I used to smoke weed, man. I remember when I used to smoke weed, bro. I used to, have a great job, of course, paid all the bills, got me to where I needed to, where if I want to take a chick on a date, I could at least take them on a date, maybe once or twice a week, or whenever I got paid. So if I got paid 2 weeks, every 2 weeks or whatever, I could take a chick out maybe once or two, once every 2 weeks, two times every 2 weeks. But I had to, of course, take care of the bills and stuff. And in today's economy, man, jobs ain't paying like how we feel they should. But the thing about it is you make the money that that you deserve. Like you can always go that extra step to make more money. Like one of my mentors used to tell me, he used to be like, "Hey man, you need to focus on, instead of these 40 hours a week, you need to focus on making doing 60 hours a week." And that was from one of my mentors. And I was like, damn, bro, 6 hours a week, man, I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be, and he was like, man, that's the thing about it. You talk about you're gonna be tired, man, you're lazy. You don't want to do what it takes. And that really sunk with me. That sat with me, man. And I realized I was lazy. Because again, I was smoking weed, playing video games all day, stop working on my different hobbies and ambitions, because I was just content with where I was, you know. And a lot of people also cover their laziness with women. I'm not gonna lie, that's some of man's biggest ways to make themselves content, is to make yourself lazy by dealing with women. Not saying women make you lazy, but just to be able to push the blame on something, just to be able to push the comfort on women to be like, well, I mean, I got a girl here, man, so it's like I'm just gonna hang out with her. I'm just gonna spend time with her, and it's like, man, it's deeper than that. Little do you know, man, women don't want to be your priority in life. They want to be a part of your world. They don't want to be your world because you could bring them into your world and introduce them to bigger and better things. You could teach them different things. Women love to learn. And that's something that a lot of men fail to realize. Women love learning. Women want to be a part of something great. They want to be a part of something grand. That's how you become a leader. That's how you become someone she could look up to. You know, like I remember at one point in time, man, I was like so deep spiritually engulfed in just spirituality, right? I was dealing with the Bible extra heavy, still am. Nothing changed about that. But I was super deep where whenever I was dealing with women who came from a totally different background, who was higher than me in different realms of life. Let's say I was dealing with a woman, which this is facts. Let's say I was dealing with a woman who was making more money than me, back in the day. What I would do was like I would be so spiritually sound where she will fall in love with how I know the scriptures, with how I know the Bible, my memory of linguistics. It was just my intellect that was shining very, very hard. Even though this woman got a PhD, she got a master's, whatever the hell it may be, she got a lot of these different things. But the thing about it is, she never been put on to something so spiritually moving, so groundbreaking to what she have learned, where that would make her want to learn more from me. That would make her want to fall in love with me because it was more than just my outer appearance that she fell in love with. It was my soul that she fell in love with. It was my mind that she fell in love with. So it gets deeper than rap, man. Like women love to learn, and if she cannot learn nothing from you, she's gonna eventually lose interest and move on. You cannot make her your world. Bring her into your world where she could try to find her place within it. But I said all that, man, so I could also dive into some more stuff that I was saying that I do on my spare time. Um, from again having that ward map, man, having the words of affirmations, having your business ideas, the mansions, the luxury cars. You got to have that burning desire again for yourself so you could take in what you're trying to push out into the world for you to receive. It gets deep, man. It gets deep what I do on my spare time. Let me see another question. And also, man, I'm not gonna forget this. I also have a journal. I write in my journal all the time, man. My journal is super deep. I write into it every night, if not every other night, to keep me focused and grounded on goals and day to day mental regulations. You got to have some sort of equilibrium when it comes down to this chaotic world because this world itself will push a brother to the edge. It'll have you feeling like you ain't good enough because you're not making a certain amount of money. These athletes are. You're not making a certain amount of money. These entertainers are. And it seems like all the women look up to that. But the thing about it is yeah, in a perfect world, in a delusional world, they are. But even they know reality. Just like how we know reality, they know reality too. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to be able to balance yourself out mentally and emotionally because your mental health is everything. Like I was saying, man, words of affirmation, it comes from having the confidence, it's having the conviction, you know, being being vindictive about what you want, man. Like you got to be an unmovable force about what you want because if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're not going to get far. And just like we all have heard once before, if having an amazing life or being rich was so easy, everybody would be it. Everybody would have it. If getting a girl was so easy, a woman of your dreams was so easy, everyone would have the woman of their dreams. So you got to be able to put your best foot forward when it come down to giving your ultimate, your your optimal effort in this world, man. Your ultimate effort in this world. because you're not going to get what you want just by sitting there. You're not going to get what you want just by just by wishing upon a star, having this pie in the sky mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the kingdom of heaven is within you, just like the scriptures say, man. So, hey, man, find the kingdom of heaven within you, manifest it, make it come forward as we wait for the real thing, as we wait for Christ to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little spiritual with y'all because I'm a spiritual man. Yeah, I'm fly. Yeah, I look good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got little diamonds on me. You know what I mean? I got little diamonds on my frames. You know, a little smooth little hat. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to manifest none of these things without God. I wouldn't be able to manifest none of these things without knowing who I am within myself. You know what I mean? Like I am a king. You know, I am a strong power. I'm an unmovable force, and nothing in this world could ever shake me off of that thought process. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let's go to another question. Hmm. That's gonna be a good. This is gonna be a good one. Ooh. All right. Somebody asked. I'm not gonna say no more names though because I just got a message from my bro. He was like, "Hey, bro, goddamn, they don't put my name out there, man. I just sent you the questions." All right, my bad, Jay. But um, damn, yeah, okay. Somebody said, "Do you approach women and where do you get your confidence from?" Yikes. Hey man. Hey man. Say man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm a gentleman and I'm a player. You know what I'm saying? I don't approach women. No, I'm joking. I do approach women, but it's very, very seldom how I approach it. If women don't give me no affirmation or confirmation that they like me, then I won't step to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these dudes that will step to just anything and everything and shoot at everything that's all around. You know what I mean? Like you got to realize, man, there's a lot of beautiful women out here who actually may like you, but you don't know they like you. There's women, man, as soon as you walk into the spot, they be looking at you. And then once you look at her, she already have her head turned. She's talking to a girl. She's going on about her night. And she could be deeply feeling you. But the thing about it is, you will never know because she's like not trying to get caught. And you got to, man, I'm going to be real with you, man. A lot of women are chicken shit. A lot of women are very, very scared, man. They're very, very nervous of rejection themselves. They're very, very nervous of being shut down. So it's like that's not the type of woman I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I like for my women to show me that they like me. You know what I mean? Treat me good. Treat me right. Well, again, I come from a totally different background than the majority of these dudes out here. Like I come from a real player background. I come from a background where like I got uncles who are pimps. I got uncles who are players. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncle Raysky. Shout out to my uncle. You know, I can't get I shouldn't get this nigga name, but I'm gonna get their names, man. You know what I mean? Because y'all viewing, man. Shout out to my uncle Bradley. You know what I mean? He's a P from Seattle, and of course, you know, shoot, I got a lot of uncles that's in the game, man, and growing up watching them and seeing how their women treated them was an inspiration. It actually broke the whole dynamic of my mental dynamic of how a woman should treat a man. So it's like, yeah, I'm also a gentleman. I don't mind taking a woman out on a date, but I'm not gonna take a woman out on a date and she ain't feeling me, or she just want a meal. And a lot of dudes fall victim to that. They fall victim to a girl wanting to go out with them and then they want to bring their friend. A lot of dudes fall victim to a lot of girls who simply just want to go have fun and get out the house to alleviate themselves from whatever drama or whatever trouble that they're going through with the dude that they really like. And me personally, I like what like me. If she don't like me, then we ain't gonna get nowhere far. And it's no hard feelings, baby. I'll see you next lifetime. It's not that serious. It's not that deep to me. I'm not in a drought for women. I live abundantly. I have a mindset of abundance. So even if I have no women, I still think I have a lot of women. I still feel I could get any woman I want, you know. But the thing about it is, I don't want nothing that don't want me. I don't give a damn how bad she is, how fine she is. I don't want her if she don't want me. And if she don't want me, that's a-okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not a nigga that's pressed forward to be like, oh man, this beautiful girl. No, I don't care. I don't care enough because I have a lot more important shit going on. I got a lot of important things. I got a lot of family I love. I got a lot of things within myself. I'm trying to bring myself to be my higher self. I'm not trying to be my lower self. I'm not trying to be a base man. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I go out and I be fly, man. That's why I'm always outside campaigning so people can know my name. That's why I'm always out here shaking hands. That's why I'm always out here putting myself in position so people can know who I am. I'm not out here just to be trying to get on women. So to go back to your question, you know what I mean? I do. I do, man. You know what I mean? I do. Again, shout out to my Uncle Raisky, shout out to my Uncle Silky. They were some of the most pivotal men in my life that I seen doing a thing, man, when it came down to women. My father was too, but I ain't gonna put my man out there like that because he gonna be watching this. He like, hey man, why you talking about me when I was young, man? But I seen them display single handedly, man, not caring about what people think too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where my confidence come from. My confidence come from honestly not caring what people think. Like sometimes I go at it with some of my own bros, like not even at it, but I have to disregard things they say because they may not subscribe to the same school of thought that I do when it come down to how to treat a woman, how to talk to a woman, how to approach a woman. Hey man, I'm doing what works for me. Y'all niggas do what work for y'all. And to be honest, and this ain't to my niggas, this is literally to all men who have a certain mindset when it come down to dealing with women. A lot of y'all ways don't work when it come to women, man, because I know I have so many homegirls who got so many square ass niggas in a fucked up position in they phone that labeled as the dinner nigga, they're labeled as the movie guy, they're labeled as the bottle nigga. You know what I'm saying? And or your number just ain't even saved in the phone. And that's embarrassing. Yeah, the broad may let you hit once or twice, but the thing about it is, nigga, you're paying way more than you should. And if you got to pay this much just to lay with a woman, you might as well go get you a prostitute. I ain't saying that you should. I'm not saying that you should go out there and spend your money, on the corner, nothing like that. But hey, man, that's damn near what you should do because it's a lot less, and you'll save a lot of time, energy, and resources. You go out there, man. You go out there and spend 140 for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and get in, get out, clear your head, and then you'll go back home and be like, all right, well, I don't need nothing for the next couple of days. You know what I mean, type shit. But what I'm simply saying is, man, a lot of these things that you guys are being offered by women is something that could be bought. Like a woman know, whoever I deal with, they know cooking for me isn't good enough. I could get a chef. They know cleaning for me isn't good enough. I could clean my own shit or I could get a maid. You know what I mean? So it's like if I'm dealing with a woman, she got to do more than want to bring a nigga peace because that's not good enough for me. That's not good. Like I'm a peaceful nigga myself. I don't need peace. And if that's what you have to offer me, then baby go find a nigga that need peace because I don't need that. Like there's niggas out here that need peace because some of y'all just have chaotic ass lives. So go find a woman that brings you peace, man. Go find a woman that could that can make you feel all jittery inside, nigga. Because I don't need that. I feel jittery all by myself. She got to do more than that. I'm not investing nothing in a woman who's not investing in me. And just to put y'all on some game, man. Like I was talking to my bros the other day. I was like, man, what do you see a woman never leave her house with? One of my niggas was crazy. He like her phone. I was like, nigga, no one leave their house without their phone. What do you never see a woman leave her house with? It was like her purse. I was like, exactly. I'm like, man, a broad is always gonna follow her purse. She's always gonna follow her purse. And if you niggas ain't requiring nothing from a woman, like monetarily, like you know what I mean, like you ain't, then nigga, she just don't like you that much. Cause the thing about it is a lot of y'all niggas be afraid to offend women because you're like, oh man, she's not gonna fuck with me no more. Or every time I see her, I gotta take her out. Like, nigga, if the woman really like you, nigga, if she really fuck with you, nigga, she's gonna want to take you out sometimes. I ain't saying that you should always try to make her spend money on everything. No. But the thing about it is if a woman fuck with me, she's going to get so much more than what she gives me regardless. And as a man, you should be knowing and thinking the same exact thing. So a woman paying a bitch ass $65, $75 on a dinner date ain't shit because whenever she step out to me, we're gonna go some high class places. We're gonna go to some nice ass places where she gonna be enjoying herself, get her some lamb chops, get her a little hookah maybe on the side. I mean, we're definitely gonna have some drinks, enjoy ourselves with some drinks. But she's gonna get way more than what the fuck she put in. You know what I mean? But it's all about just that consideration, that initiative, showing you that a woman like you. Like, man, I ain't gonna get into my personal business because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, my women care about me. And the thing about it is, I'm not shy. Something that a lot of niggas are shy about is telling the fucking truth. I'm never gonna lie to no woman. I tell every woman I talk to, I said, I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if it hurts you. I said, I'd rather tell you the truth and it hurt your feelings than to lie to you and have to motherfucking duck and dodge and hide and make up some shit and forget what I made up. And at one point in time, man, I was like that. At one point in time, I was just like you, having to hide and that I fucked with other women to talk to and cheat on. Man, first and foremost, man, it's a woman's choice, a gentleman's game. So you got to give her the choice, man, if she want to fuck with you or not. I'm honest about chicks, man. With chicks, man, they talk to me, they ask me questions. They be like, "Oh, do you got a girlfriend?" I be sometimes I be like, "Hey, baby, I'm always in a relationship." Like beautiful women love me, like they really enjoy me because I'm a stand up guy. I'm a great individual. I do a lot of shit with my women. We have fun. And the thing about it is, I'm never going out of my way neither. I'm always going to do something with the woman that I would do with myself. I always go out and have a little drink. So, hey, baby, you can tag along, sure, why not? I ain't gonna inconvenience myself. The thing about it is I'm looking to see if she's willing to inconvenience herself for me. Because guess what? There's niggas out there that didn't have to do what you had to do that she inconvenienced herself for. There's niggas out there that motherfucking didn't have to do nothing that you're doing. And she came out the purse for. There was like, you see, and this is another shout out to to one of my mentors, man, God Game Goldie. Like this is an analogy that he always used. He be like, man, the woman that I mess with, man, she got to see me like I'm Chris Brown or Drake. Like, do you think she'll give a damn about what Chris Brown does with other women? No, because she don't want to lose that nigga. And I'm only fucking with women that like me enough where they're afraid to lose me. And if you're not one of those, baby, it's okay. I'm not out here looking for every woman. I'm out here looking for my woman. I'm out here stopping her. Are you my bitch? Oh, you're not? Okay. Are you my woman? No, you're not. Oh, you're my woman. Okay, yeah. Turn up. Let's get it, baby. We're gonna get far. I'm gonna show you some things. I'm gonna talk to you about some things. I'm gonna put some good game in your ear that can elevate you and take you to a place that no nigga have ever took you to. Because with me and you, we could conquer the world. You know what I mean? With the man that got vision, that man that got ambition, and a woman that got such a creative, emotional mind, she could bring these things to life with you. And you don't know how fast you could get to these places with a good woman like that who don't give a damn about what you got going on because she truly fucks with you. She truly likes you. She truly wants to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's deeper than just out here just trying to holler at every chicken head you see because she look good. I give a damn if a woman look good. You know how many women like me, nigga? Like, you know how many women fuck with me? Seriously? Like a lot of women fuck with me. Thing about it is, do I fuck with them though? That's a good question. That's a good question because thing about it is, beautiful women everywhere, but there's not that many Vicks around this motherfucker. Actually, there's not none but one. It's me. There's not that many Vicks with a vision. It's only one. You know what I mean? It could be duplicated, or try to be, duplicated. It can never be imitated, you know what I'm saying? You know, because there's only one created. You know what I'm talking about? So when it come down to that, man, I got this such confidence within myself that was instilled in me by my family, by my father, by my mother, by my uncles, that tells me there's no other nigga like me. And if a broad can't see that, she's a loser. She's a fucking cluck. If she can't see that a real nigga standing in front of her, a real nigga that's kicking good game, talking that good shit in her ear, that sounding sincere, that's really sincere, that's genuine, that got a good heart, that's a righteous man, that stand up, who's willing to do what he got to do for his woman, then she could go on to the rest of these lame niggas. Go to the streets. Go out there. See what's out there. Nothing. And you're gonna have to settle for a bare minimum ass nigga. Even if I had nothing, nigga, I low key felt the same exact way as I am, shit, nigga. Before the chains, before the cars, before my name was Vic with a Vision, or Vic the Visionary, nigga. Before any of that, I felt the same exact way, and nothing is gonna change about that. But only thing that changed was the address. The only thing that changed was a level up. The only thing that changed was the upgrade, because that's what happens whenever you manifest your life. Whenever you start putting these things into perfect play. Whenever you start having that mindset that nothing is unachievable, even women, nothing is unachievable. You know what I'm saying? And you could get whatever you put your mind to, man. So yes, my confidence comes from me. It comes from within, knowing that I am a king, knowing that I deserve a queen, and nothing could deter me. Bro, I go out all the time by myself, and I don't go home with nothing. I don't go home with no numbers, no Instagrams, nigga, and I'm happy with that because I went out there for me. I got happiness within myself. That's how much I love myself. I fucking love myself that much where I can genuinely go out and enjoy myself. You think I'm insecure, nigga? You think I don't think I look good? You don't think I smell good? You don't think I dress fly? Like, nigga, I know every single thing about me. Like, I'm good. And again, if the broad can't see that, I don't want her no way because the bitch is too slow for me. She's too slow for me. And that's the thing about it, man. Like, there's no game a woman can run on me. There's nothing a broad could try to run on me that's going to put me in a lesser position than what I know I'm at right now. Of course, I can always climb higher, and I'm always going to climb higher. I'm going to always aim for more. I'm going to always go for more, but I'm never going to be that insecure where nobody could put me in a place where I'm like, "Oh man, I'm not shit. Oh man, she's so pretty and she's talking to this dude that don't even look as good as me." Nigga, the bitch is a loser. That's what she is. I don't give a fuck how bad she is. The bitch is a loser. She's a lame. She's a clown. She's a cluck. And that's fine. She could be all that. I don't need that's not what I want. That's not what I'm getting at. Because the thing about it is while niggas is chasing after the finest little thing in the club, nigga, I'm in a corner, posted up, talking to this pretty little thing who's really fucking with me. I got 11 minutes, man. I'm gonna try to kick some more game for 11 minutes. You know what I mean? And pop my shit a little bit for 11 minutes before my whole damn laptop dies. And that's on me, yo. I should have had this shit more prepared. I didn't even expect to go live tonight. You know, I didn't expect to record nothing tonight. I literally just wanted to, you know, I just had the inspiration to. Because I was like, why not? A nigga need to start talking about these things. A nigga need to start expressing and sharing what the nigga been through, what a nigga's going through, and how no matter who you are and what you're going through, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? So my bad about that, yo. But we will get this shit fixed next time. We're gonna make sure that we got everything going on. So let me continue. Let me see. Let me ask some more questions. And I definitely want to touch back on, do I approach women, where I get my confidence from. And of course, like I said, if a woman ain't giving me affirmation and confirmation that she's fucking with me, I'm not gonna talk to her. I'm not. Like, I went out tonight, man. Many women were staring at me, just googly eyes over me. But that wasn't enough for me because I want to see how much you like me, baby. I want to see if you're willing to put yourself in a compromising position for me, baby. Are you like, should I, like, because if you put yourself in that position, what do you think I'm going to do for you? I'm going to go above and beyond for my woman. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to be real about what I do. And I'm going to give you the choice. If you want to fuck with me, you can fuck with me. If you don't want to fuck with me, that's totally fine too. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, baby. But if you do fuck with me, You got to understand the lifestyle that I live, the type of shit that I do. Yeah, I turn up and have a good time, but I'm out here networking, and just beautiful women love me. And you can't fault me for that. You can't be mad at me for that, baby. I ain't upgrade my house. I ain't upgrade my car. I ain't upgrade my whole appearance, my whole look, just so I could not have nothing. I did this for the women, and that's why you chose me. That's why you was fucking with me. So you got to understand, if other women are fucking with me too, you can't be mad at that. So yes, I approach women whenever they show me that they're truly interested. And a lot of times I don't have to approach them. They come to me. They may start a little conversation. They may say some stupid shit. They may say, "Oh, what drink are you drinking?" When they know what the fuck I'm drinking. They may say, "Oh, I like your shoes. I like your hat. I like your hair. Like, I like your chain." There's a lot of different things. But again, that's just another way to get chose with your mouth closed. You got to put yourself in the best position to get chose, like to look fly, to look good, to upgrade your fashion, to upgrade, you know, just your lifestyle in general, so women can have the obvious choice, so there wouldn't be no tie up between you and other niggas around. Believe me, when I'm out, women know the obvious choice.